These reforms, painful as it is, has produced short-term, medium-term, and long-term effects. The short-term effects of every reforms are negative. The short-term effect of every reform are negative. Inflation, reduction in disposable income, high cost of living, social unrest and protest, currency volatility, and pressure on government for palliative. All these are negative effects. That is the short-term effect of every reform. If you have married a second wife or a third wife, and your income still remains what it was, the chop money of the women will reduce, isn't it? Or if you want to build your own house and you have bought land and you are keeping some part of the money aside to build the house, chop money of the house will reduce. That automatically is a short-term effect, and the house will be crying that the now only for more will do job. But by the time you complete the house and you no longer pay rent, they will begin to eat chicken every Friday. So that is the short-term effect. Then the medium-term effect. The reforms have increased the capacity of government to give more allocation to the state governments. As today, the state government's allocation have increased by over 70% of what they used to get in the days of subsidy. So we should expect our governors to do more than they were doing. The restoration of the refinery, which ordinarily we were preparing for the burial, is alive again. It's a medium term. And more of the refineries will come on stream. The reduction in pump price of PMS, though very little, but it will certainly continue because the open market competition will force the price down. The introduction of the presidential initiative on CNG. The government has come up with another initiative to ease cost of transportation and energy. The students' loan. The increase in foreign reserve, which has risen from about $32.30 billion to over $40 billion within 18 months of this recent government. Local government autonomy. Now, local governments will be empowered, and that is the secret of the development of China. China reforms targeted agriculture, which happens in the local government areas. And once you develop agriculture in local government areas, industries will move there because the industries use the products of the farms. That is development. So local government autonomy puts more money in the hands of the local government administration, who will in turn directly affect the people of the rural communities, who incidentally are the larger majority of Nigerians. The Electricity Act that was amended has removed the old law of only NEPA at the center can generate electricity. Now, any state that has capacity can generate their own electricity. And we know the effect of electricity on socio-economic development of any nation. The tax reform, which is the most recent of all the reforms, though it has generated a lot of argument, but I think people are getting to understand it now, that it is not as black as it is being painted. And who are those people painting this tax reform bill black? They are the people who benefited from the status quo. They don't want it to change, so they continue to benefit from that ill approach to taxation. Other benefits in the medium term includes, but not limited to, the visit of the head of states or head of governments of India, which is the world's largest democracy, and Germany, which is Europe's largest economy. These two visits to Nigeria should not be taken for granted. It may not produce any immediate effect, but it should not be taken for granted. Then, looking at all these reforms, are we saying that the government reforms are perfect? The answer from my side is no. That is why we are here, to add our voices to the recommendations to the government. What they have done rightly, we commend. What they have done not very rightly, we seek recommendations to amend it. And what they have not done at all, we suggest. It is very unfortunate that the people who represent us, all of us, including Prof, in the national assemblies do not come to tell us, my people, waiting I go tell them. In the 60s, the man who represented me in the National Assembly, then in the Northern House of Commons, may his soul continue to rest in peace, late Abutu Obekpa. He presented our request then in the Northern House of Commons. Said, my people told me to told you. The English was not correct, isn't it? My people told me to told you that we want fire. We want water in the iron. And we want black road. It is funny, isn't it? What the man was looking for was not fire. He was looking for electricity. The water in the iron is pipe-borne water. And the black road is the tarred road. That was what we told him to told them. The people representing you and I in the National Assembly now, I don't know of any of them that have gone to the people to told them to go and told them. Your own, have they come to tell you? Did you see them? Now that the people have not come to ask us what we should told them to go and told the government, we have this opportunity provided for us by this leadership legacy initiative to give us an opportunity to vent our own suggestions, to discuss intellectually, and chart a way forward in support of the reforms. The recommendations I have here is that the government policy on agriculture should be taken beyond the traditional approach to political farmers who get the inputs and sell to the real farmers. That has been the practice of agricultural policies in Nigeria. And that the interest rate for facilities, especially for agriculture and agro-allied facilities, should be reduced to maximum of 5% interest. Any interest rate on agricultural production